everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. One of them is the killer. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. It's so fresh, isn't it exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get to this over with. Good, good. You're rip-roaring to go, I gotta say. I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned suit. I hope they show that overhead angle again where I could totally check out Aoi's breasts. It's fucking hot. Please find your assigned suit. Vomit on your sweater. Are you typing out song lyrics again? And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yeah, let's save this bullshit. But on the surface, he looks calm and ready. This shit is actually very fucking stressful to do, but it's a good stress though. So as you see, all of my fucking dates, I only got skill points, I didn't get extra skills. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. For those who didn't see the skills, you get these randomly when you go out with people. So I got Robot Jock, increases your truth bullet fire rate, effective during non-stop debate and bullet time battle. Basically, you'll see how it works, but there's a gun that you fire for logic arguments and shit. So that makes it a little bit faster, apparently. Melodious voice, increased damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during bullet time battle. So that's at the end when whoever you're accusing of being guilty, you have an argument standoff. Increased bullet capacity, effective during bullet time battle. Not quite sure how that works, but we'll take it. And that's all the skills I got. I didn't get one single new skill. Alright guys, evidence review, ready? Truth bullets. Monokuma File 2. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. Time of death is estimated around 2 AM. The body was discovered in the girl's locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Sakura's account. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and she may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro had stated she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room at night, the night she was murdered. Yeah, no worries, Linky. Dumbbell found in the foot of the locker room had significant amounts of blood on it. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. Card reader to unlock locker room. You need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for boys, female for girls. Not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Lending someone your handbook is a violation. Handbook of each student that died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. Okay. Broken e-handbook. One of these handbooks was found to be broken, which is a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem still to work, so it's... I think I might have just figured out why it's broken, but we'll see. It's a leap. The broken handbook is Leon's, however Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would be broken. Suspected genocide jack victims include Ken Haradi, whatever. They were killed in the same way and mounted on a nearby wall. The words bloodlust was found at the crime scene. Profiling indicates the killer is likely suffering from split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls in the school from the beginning. Meanwhile, it has been noticed that she got along remarkably well with classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain. But we, being the superior race, know that that was actually the girls' locker room. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body had been suspended, and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Yeah, I was just about to think that too, Manimal. I just literally thought about that. What if that was actually Chihiro's and it's just fucking broke? And maybe, just maybe, that was the blunt weapon used. I've heard that that's a common thing of finding food between your boobs because you just don't notice it slipping because the feeling isn't the best. So, or it's the best, but it, you know, like actually feeling it yourself. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had been inexplicably scrubbed away. Yakugo was known to use this lamp often. The extension cord's gone missing, and the lamp's cord couldn't reach the outlet. On the night before the murder, nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but found the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this. Okay. Alright guys, let's fucking do it.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Yeah, I'm kind of anal about that shit.
Determine the results.
I want everything to be fresh in my mind, even though I'm only playing on normal difficulty, but
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So,
guys, I might not
off,
pay attention to chat as much during this,
weapon.
but I'll do my best, okay? First, we have to make clear what was used to determine the fatal blow. Yeah. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
Oh, I fucking missed. Wow.
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Alright, I fucking just missed it, guys. Sorry about that.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It appears it
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
I object.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
It's a fucking murder, guys.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Here we go. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Great. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. What? However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the right noise, the time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh god, dude. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all, in which case you can forget about the silencer. Alright. I gotta deal with this silencer bullshit. Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so
Shit.
speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
I am not fast enough with the Y button. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so speaking of
Oh, it fucking blocked it.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, dude. White noise GG.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed.
But that's impossible.
Why?
I just gotta get better at this shit.
Impossible.
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
That's wrong. You do that, yeah.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Oh, Sheik, thank you so much for
Kinda
the
weird as shit,
for the
isn't it?
bits.
What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth.
Congratulations,
So let's
new bit
forget about
boss.
that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Boob
What's
lust.
more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Of course.
I got it! Apparently,
Boob
in
lust.
every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
How did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Welcome back, Linky.
In fact, it's Toko.
Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Hey, Summer, what's up?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Oh, you taking off? Alright, no problem. Have a good night. What it means to be Genocide Jack, to be Toko, but to not to be Toko. The answer in that, she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh god, I gotta do a Hangman's Gambit. Fuck, I don't even know what I'm answering. What am I answering? Oh shit. Alright, I just got G it. Probably not R. T. Yep. S. What could that spell? Schizo? Schizo. Okay. S-C-H-I-Z-O. Can anyone hear my mic okay? It just flashed like some weird thing on the screen.
Now I understand.
Okay, good.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have...
Okay, thanks,
what
Arnold.
did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and
Sanmaru,
say that
take
about
care.
Miss Fukawa is...
Oh, you're working, I got you, yeah.
Acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Have a good night, Sanmaru. The one thing that shows that Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior change.
My God! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
The world has a front, back, and top, ending, bottom, sea of truth, and a web of lies. She definitely has an extra personality, but I don't know if it's murderous.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Yeah, we know you did it, fucker.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Anyways, that's my thoughts.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Toko doesn't have the strength to lift all that shit, though, does she?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
The stream messing up for anyone
And that
else?
trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
That's a wrap.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Maybe... Could she know who Genocide Jack is and just won't say?
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Good call, Arnold.
I hate you.
Incoming
Well,
Toko.
The opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Yandere, yeah. That's right, Staunch, you liked her, huh? This is beyond insane. Is she the murderous
Jack,
fiend?
Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Nice face, Chic.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to that creepazoid?
Even the crazy fucking killer doesn't want to be associated with her.
In society and the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Shit, dude.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Oh my god.
Kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Does she have her secret?
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. But she said I need to get some more details about all of this. If she's not the murderer, we have to keep living with her. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
All the bodies in the Genocide Jacks were murdered in the afternoon. She was murdered at 2 a.m., supposedly.
You killed her.
But also, she was also killed.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What
Oh, you motherfucker. God damn it, dude.
Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I gotta watch for that stupid bullet thing.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Nope. How the fuck could you get that wrong, Byakuya? You're like the master of this shit.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Yeah, the scissors, Linky, you got it.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Props to the voice actress for that one.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
Fatal injuries, baby.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Yeah, I know, they had to pick on Italians. What's up?
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case files, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
The fucking extension cord. Stab through the hands. What was used to suspend her? Alright.
Do you remember remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Those fucking scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Oh my god.
And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Big Mac.
Listen up, Big Mac! There's actually one more difference!
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
She wasn't a lolly girl, fuck you. Yeah, they were all guys. Yeah, that's true, yeah. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is...
I got it!
There you go.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little...
And she's a romance novel writer. Oh my god.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
Shit.
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Oh my
But
god.
now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
I'm shitting myself too. Shit.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Wow, someone actually got Byakuya.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
So if she's found not guilty.
Does make some
Yeah.
amount of sense.
I guess so.
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Yeah, Mirror's the show nerf.
They would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell. Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school? Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh fuck.
She's fully equipped! That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Holy shit, dude.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Okay, let me think about this. Obviously, it's got to be that Taco whatever guy. But could anyone else have gotten access to the files? Yeah, you're definitely alone for that one, Eclipse, for me at least. Yeah, it'd have to be fun. Mondo, Aoi, Chihiro.
Here's my answer.
Yeah.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
Baka, yeah.
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Well, we'll see.
Arrange the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Yeah, I do.
Looking back and thinking about it,
You never let me in the
the
room.
way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
My god.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
I honestly got no clue on this one. Was it? Non-stop debate time. Next we're gonna add something called the truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This mesmerized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. Wait, what are you saying, Lunky? Nobody knew who died. How did he know the victim was? Oh, that's why he wanted to enter the girls' locker room? Yeah, that's a fair point. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer or a lie or contradiction loaded in your truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot, then use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use it. I don't quite get this, honestly, but I'm gonna do my best to get it. Well then, good luck, have fun. Make your arguments.
So, you said...
Fuck, I didn't mean to fire that. Okay, what does this say? Chihiro Fusazaki, time of death, 2 AM, body was discovered, girls' locker room on the 2nd floor, looks cool. Okay.
But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
Oh, it changes my bullet. I get it.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Fuck. My bad. Oh, you do use that on his own statement.
Byakuya was acting kind of weird,
Okay.
but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What? Okay, I'm not getting this.
Shoot!
I need a contradiction one more time. Fuck, there's only so many of those I get
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
before we found the
But he
body.
was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out...
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro.
Oh fuck, my bullet's not firing. Yes.
No, it's wrong!
Okay.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Good call, Manimal, and everyone else that said it.
See.
I think Linky.
That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
He's a very intimidating guy. Night, Eclipse. Have a good night.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. Oh, the time of day. Time of day, I got this one. The fuck, dude? I gotta do this memory thing now? God. Library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases?
Yeah.
You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And
Yeah,
I
we
use those
got
same
that.
scissors to arrange the body.
Yep.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
It's extension
That's right.
cord.
It absolutely was!
Extension cord. Oh fuck, it was right there. God damn it. I was thinking I was gonna have to change.
Where'd you get it from, huh?
Fuck, I
I've
fucked
never
up.
seen that rope before in my life.
Yes, you have.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away.
Okay, I guess it's not.
Difference between you want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same. But Chihiro, it was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Fuck no, you have.
It's wrong!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, That extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
You know what, Linky? I might have to go back on, because I think he did it. Alright, remember I said he did it? But now I'm thinking he's gonna murder Genocide Jill, because he's a man of justice and all that bullshit.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
There's all types of shit that's still bothering me.
And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
My god, he's a dick.
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said at this as the truth?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
No, you were right there, Manimal.
Disappointing.
I remember that too.
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room.
Oh, I'm gonna finally stomp him.
No
Fuck yes. I can't wait to see his fucking
How could the
face.
scene of the crime have been anywhere
You
else?
schwarmy motherfucker.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Took him off guard. You see his face. Oh, I'm gonna stump a mud hole in your bitch ass, dude. I don't actually think he did it, truth be told, but I'm still gonna enjoy this.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
What's up, Maz? How's it going, bro? Evidence shows that the murder took place somewhere else. There was something switched between the boys' and girls' locker room. Da-da!
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Got off work? You Slinging that alcohol?
Some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Is that the receipt?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado!
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Hope you can chill out now.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yeah,
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room.
Yeah, the carpet. Yeah, Bugs ended his stream like 3 hours ago. But then he was hanging out in here for a while.
Protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
Protein
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
Protein
But
coffee.
I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Wasn't scrubbed away, bro. Alright, dude. See you later, Moss. 28 hours, bro. No.
I got it! The stain on the girls'
Steroid
locker room
coffee?
carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
Alright, dude. See you in a bit.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Good, dude.
Certainly follow your reasoning.
I'll tell you one thing. Don't waste your time with American politics. It's a waste of time.
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no
I love
way
this
to get
music,
into
by the
boys'
way.
locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
The fuck?
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her.
Great music in general, something. Yeah, it sets the mood really well.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
Mm.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Motherfucking G right here.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Yeah, this game makes me feel so good.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible.
Good try, Yoshihiro.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
G to the G.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked us like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
It's not Byakuya. Nah, dude, we got facts. We got two things.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
No one knows.
What the?
Sometime after he died, most likely.
That's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room,
Leon's
right?
handbook.
So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Waifu.
Well, to explain that,
Oh, you're a waifu.
why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Can we do
Wait,
it?
wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
She's smart. I'll give her that.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Oh my god.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
And very dead.
I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Yeah. She knows her shit, huh? So before I even know what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We hit it off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
She's really into these,
Examine her
oh god.
carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
Wow.
It's probably
There's a line he won't
don't
cross.
lay my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Oh god.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Oh my god, dude.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine the
Be sure
body.
to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Oh, she has a penis.
What is it?
She has a penis.
Not possible. It's not possible.
Penis. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
I fucking knew it. I called that shit. Called that shit on the first fucking day. Remember that? Remember that, Linky? Remember that tumor? Fuck yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
I thought so.
Joking, right?
It wouldn't let me go in her room. To see the differences between the bathrooms.
About this.
Look at his aura and shit.
Ben, it's really true?
So that's how she got in.
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
That was my second waifu.
He was a cross-dresser?
What does that say about me?
Killed him. So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Still waifu material? Yeah.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Alright, Staunch. Shit.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting.
Well then.
Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Crossdresser.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male.
Oh, Sheik, I actually called that the first day I was playing because she was always like real uncomfortable about dressing with the girls and shit. So I was like, ah, don't tell me this person's a male.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Yeah, you got that,
So
Linky.
then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Good point, good point.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
That's why his boobs are always
So now
like...
everything has been connected.
His boobs are always super small. Remember that shit? Chihiro. 28 chest size. You get to the average girl here. 31. Well, he doesn't count. She doesn't count. 31, 35. That's my waifu. 32. Sometimes those perv stats come in handy.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting.
K-pop, thanks for the follow, sir.
Become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too...
Thanks for the follow, Mathas Usher, Neek.
overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going?
Yeah. So you guys know I turned off alerts so it doesn't immersion break. It's not that I don't appreciate the alerts, I just want to focus on the trial. So Mega Man's popping up every 20 seconds, so...
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... Okay, let me think about this. The real murder scene, which means... Killer's a guy. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it has to be a guy. But that's still not enough. You need to find more clues. Or maybe someone's hiding there, a guy?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
What was Celesticant? The night before the murder, right before the nighttime, leaving the warehouse. The clothes were not found at the crime scene. With a big duffel bag.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Fuck, are you kidding me? I'm sorry, waifu, my fault.
Shoot!
I thought they wanted another account, that's another fucking account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the... Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
They reused that line.
Yeah! No! Not game over!
I think I know what it is now. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did... Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the... Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any...
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And
Wrong, bro. Yeah.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh.
Yeah, that's
but
right. I always forget about
suppose
that.
only Makoto knows about
Shit, that's a good point,
the rest
Sheik.
of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
I never even thought about that.
Just hurry up and tell us.
With the new addition of the white noise.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse.
Good call.
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him.
Yeah, right.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he's a guy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
Uh-oh, I'm changing my mind.
Whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
I think I know who it is now.
I can't even guess.
Shit, I was wrong.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Or was I? Yeah, I think I'm wrong.
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Thanks for the follow, kill boy.
Back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
I guess I can't silence alerts, so
Are you sure about that?
yeah, I'm thinking Makoto too now.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on
Just kidding.
pieces of evidence that we don't have?
No, you know who I think did it? There he is, right there.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we
No one
wouldn't know
said
how to
Mondo.
use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took. First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Oh my god, I might be right.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
Oh,
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
right the second time.
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Fuck, I did the wrong one. God damn it.
Shoot!
Fucking fired on the wrong thing.
First of all, we know it. He was on his way to go so next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was...
So, what the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh my god.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Fuck, I knew I was right.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Is it
What are
GG?
you just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Oh, Mondo.
Because I just...
Mondo.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Mondo.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Oh. As much as I made fun of Mondo,
Could have known what color the tracksuit was.
I liked Mondo.
Is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Oh, really?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Yeah, I would have hit it the second time.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Oh, well.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Shit, I got that
You
wrong.
call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Whoops.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh, I do remember that, actually.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Shit, I shouldn't have got that wrong, then.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Trans panic.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that!
This is hard for me.
False accusation!
I like Mondo. Fuck.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
I love his noble
That's
voice.
what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Say it anyways.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
You got the
What
book?
you have there?
What the fuck?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Oh, I bet he went through his shit. It's Chihiro's.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Wow, he knew how to break it?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
The mystery.
Now that
What
duel
if they
makes
found
more
out by
sense, right,
accident?
Linky?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
There's still an
They
outside
realized it was
chance.
broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
The guy I picked in the beginning is the killer, but very
And
small.
Once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Are you kidding me? I was right. I was right. Wait. Who wore all their clothes in the sauna? I mean... Ah, it wasn't him. Fuck. I was so wanting it to be him. There goes my original pick. Alright. Is that him? No. There he is.
Here's my answer.
Maybe that's why his face went crazy. I thought his face went crazy because it was him.
Your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
And he did wear all the clothes, that is true.
What?
Fuck, dude.
Why?
Fuck, I wanted it to be
Why do you
him.
keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
Yeah.
Remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
That's how.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
I wonder how the anime does all this shit.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. I did. You got me here.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Okay, if he broke his own handbook, then he wouldn't be able to get into the boys' locker room. But Chihiro could have gotten into the boys' locker room because Chihiro was a guy. But how did Mondo get in? Unless he stole? Maybe he borrowed one, maybe that's it.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Broken e-handbook. Here's the handbook. Let's on the sit down.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If
Okay.
what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Fuck. He told me to shut up. Alright, I'm getting low.
Let's test Makoto's if what he says is correct. You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Oh, that's it. I thought there was more choices.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
What? I'm doing this wrong? The original broken handbook?
Shoot!
Okay, I'm not thinking about it right. Shit, I don't want to fuck up the trial now.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Broken handbook.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually
Oh,
broken,
Leon's.
then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works.
Alright.
What's wrong?
Hey, Arnold.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
Oh yeah, he was there. I remember that. I thought that was suspicious.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Gotta get my credibility back.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
No.
Well, here's how I look at it.
I got you, Sheik.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Oh, God.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Please don't be
But-
Mondo.
Son of a bitch!
Fuck.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Is this the crime map? Yep. Alright. That's her. That's her talking. Celestial Chihiro in the warehouse with the duffel bag and the blue shirt. Look at her eyes. That's funny. And she's off. She goes there. Here's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. Which locker room did Chihiro go in? The weapon that the killer used was... As the murder took place, some blood spattered onto something, didn't it? Yeah, the poster. Oh man. Act 3. To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as... Holy shit, Sheik, thank you so much. I think that's my largest cheer I've ever received. Thank you so much. Let me add that insanity to everybody. You're a pretty awesome viewer slash friend, I hope. To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. Yeah, the posters. Yeah. Which locker room did the killer move to? Girls. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched at the scene of the crime. Wait. Oh. So maybe it's this. And then this goes here. Okay. Oh wow, so he wasn't hanging at all. Or he wasn't hanging at all. Well, normally when I play these games blind, I want to do 100. If I get any points, you may be stuck with me. No, actually, for full disclosure, guys, this game takes way too fucking long for me to play during the weekdays, so I apologize. Just with my work schedule, I can't do 8-hour streams unless I want to be dead. So unfortunately, unless I have a day off somewhere, I'm gonna have to relegate this to weekends, so hope you guys don't mind that. But 8 hours in a stream, like right now we've done 7 hours, 48 minutes. It's a little much. Later, Arnold. Take care, bro. Thanks for sticking that out, man. I'm glad you got to see this game. Alright, so Byakuga, being the asshole that he is, he brought the fucking wires. Tied her up. What did he use to disguise what happened? Oh, this shit, yeah. Where did the killer go after they were done? That's normal, yeah. Wait, what did it say? Where did the killer go after they were done? Has to be the sauna, right? Yeah. Went there, threw that shit away. When the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what happened to it? I think I got this wrong, actually. I'm gonna have to go back and check. Yeah, weekend only, yep. When the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what happened to it? It broke? I don't know, what the fuck? Did I do something wrong? That shit makes no sense, but we'll figure it out. Alright, let me see where I fucked up.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Really, Sheik? That's cool. It's always nice to make good
That
friends.
something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Fuck, I fucked it up. Oh my god, I got like barely any. Wait, did I put the wrong pass? Is that what I did? There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. Oh, I must have just put in the wrong thing somehow. Alright.
Here's exactly what happened.
Well, that's dumb.
With bag in hand,
Action
Chihiro
2.
headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Fuck, I'm gonna lose this now.
She made her way to the locker
Unless
room,
everything's right.
specifically the boys' locker room.
Which I doubt.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yeah, Taco. I'm guessing Taco's the next murder, actually.
Simple, because she was really a he. Which
The
is
next
why
person
he
to get
was able
murdered.
To use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Unless she finds a way to suppress her second personality.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Oh, did they? Nice. Ha!
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Oh, really? Good luck, Byakuga. Byakuya.
It was likely in the heat of the moment.
Or Chihiro.
The body was arranged.
Cherry.
The murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
Yeah.
With the carpet and the
I
poster
probably
they
fucked up
brought
the
with
last
them,
thing, I
they got
think.
to work. they changed the layout of the boys and girls locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Tornado.
That could have been the end of things.
This guy.
But no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Something's really fucked up about him, dude.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
What a fucking weirdo.
He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade,
I fucked this up. God damn it.
already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Yeah, right. Fuck, it's the wrong color. Oh, I was right.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was...
We're not doing this shit over Sheik.
Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
Yes. Yes.
And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
I like Mondo. That sucks. Fuck, man. Oh, he did kind of knock me out the first day.
No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence?
Kiyotaka, you're supposed to be the justice guy.
Evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Yeah, good point. And I'm notoriously terrible at this last part with the rhythm game. Evidence that Mondo's the killer already revealed itself. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. Oh, great. Sure. Fever time and Nega time. Oh my god, I already know I'm gonna fuck this up. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, Fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the button at random... Ah, fuck, I didn't see that. Press the wrong button. Fever time will be activated. At this point, if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Oh, really? So you can push AY, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assaults. RB, okay. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Okay. Yeah, right. You could just say show notebook. Only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega time during a bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. Right. If you were to activate Fever time at this point, okay, so I'll save Fever for that. And surprisingly, for action difficulty, set the gentle. The opponent won't use Nega time. Yep, good luck, have fun. Oh, I have to debate him?
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. refute you!
Damn, look at that focus gauge.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen! False!
Sorry, dude.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Damn, that was easy with that fucking time. Yeah, right.
Thinking so far is right. Mondo must have replaced his.
Yeah, that was me
blood
using the
with
time
blue
thing, Linky.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Why? I got a B because I fucked up that one thing when I missed. Damn, I wish I could get an S rating. Oh well. I think he's confessing, sir. Was I close to game over?
What are you
Oh
saying?
yeah, with the half
I have no
heart.
choice, man.
Yeah.
After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
Why?
No
Why?
waiting. No holding on. Time for the moment we've all been
No.
waiting for.
We want to know why.
Grab your lever and give it a yank.
Unless he just wanted to get out of
Who will you
here.
elect as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the
Makoto did it.
dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
He's the ultimate biker leader, right? So that means his death is gonna be...
What?
Looks like you got it right again. So this is the blackened that killed Chihiro Fusaka was... Mondo Owada. See you later, Waffle Cone.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kitotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Imushi. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Oh, by the way, did anyone say him? Why did you say it? Anyone say Mondo? No one said Mondo. We all got fucked on that one.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Of course you knew. Anyways, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. Yeah. On the further contrary, he tried to hide and was buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take on the fragile form of a petite young woman. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. It's weird seeing everyone alive now. The three on the left are dead. And then the guy right in front of the middle of the safe is dead. Chihiro's dead. Well, Mondo's not dead yet, but, you know. After all, this world of survival is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And this was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardest shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet... this might be an honorable redemption here.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I really don't want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Oh, that was his secret. Unknowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be his first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went
Yeah,
to...
that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how importantly his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought only with Mondo's support would he be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Did what he did. You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he had been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep his promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Wait, what? Mondo did that to keep his promise he'd made to Chihiro. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want us to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend, he obviously can, and that's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory and secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a certain gang in the first place because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo even ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brothers, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw at Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this game with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers from the other members of the gang. Which is why... I gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid, I fucked up, sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a precious, a promise between men. Aww. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. As a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced that revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secrets. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with the kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie that I had been living for myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what you're saying, I should just say it.
What?
I shouldn't say it.
What?
You're saying that if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret.
Huh?
Hmm? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Oh man.
What?
So Chihiro confided in the wrong person, unfortunately. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. Aww. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. That's the most in touch I've felt with Makoto's words right there. Fuck. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in the hearts. A heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another human being in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets. From the outside world, he doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that, Rat. I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Yeah. Well, you saw my reaction, right, when we found Chihiro's corpse. It was just like, no. Chihiro was such a sweetheart. And then it's also tragic, too, the way that it happened. It was just basically like an impulse, a rage against an impulse that you'd buried, and it suddenly, like, pushed its way forward unintentionally. So, dude, too bad we don't have temporary insanity, huh? Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The Blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Armando Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Take care, Armando. I hated you at the beginning, but I grew to like you. Said what? I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Yeah. He copied his hair, what the fuck? The Cage of Death. Okay. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Aww. Yep, he's breaking next. You might be right about that one. He fucking made butter out of him. That's fucking crazy. You know how that works, Linky? Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Alright, man. Well, take care, dude. Thanks for sticking in, man. I appreciate it, man. I'll be watching Game of Thrones later myself, so maybe we can chat about it. Peace out, man. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Ah, fuck, he broke. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. Yeah, Makoto's too. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuga?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game, one of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this is a game of life and death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
however...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. Wow, this is a sick fucker right here. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Make it all blackened. Yeah, I know this is a long game. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late when I decided to return to my room when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? Do you mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I saw him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuga turned and looked me in the eye. I could fear his sharp eye piercing me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason? Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You...
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. A free prime suspect out of it. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm gonna stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh.
Ah, the noble son of the noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Do you understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
I don't remember a girl killing anyone.
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Oh, is this someone that's still in the group?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Measurements? Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean? Yeah, that's true, yeah.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
16th student? The extra personality?
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
I like the demonic denied, Linky. Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. Down to 10.